Welcome, my name is Lucas and this is Fortis Forums, and welcome to our third time turbo recorder, but this time we're going to focus on the AcuSense of the turbo recorder. It's a new IDS turbo recorder, like from the previous webinars you know already, that can do a facial recognition, can do audio over the coax. Today we're going to focus on the intrusion detection and the line crossing. And the line crossing and intrusion detection in this type of recorder is totally different to what you used to on the previous versions of the turbo recorders, when there was plenty of false alarms, plenty of those notifications coming up on your screen on your phone that didn't make sense. So this recorder is totally different, like those notifications that are like 90% reduced. So let me show you the actual recorder. The recorder is the 4-channel recorder IDS 7204 HUHI-M1. So let me show you the actual recorder. I'm going to show you how to do it in local GUI, also how does it look like via the web browser, and how to search within the IVMS 4200 as well if you need to. So let me go ahead and move on to the screen of my PC for a second. So like you see here, this is the model number. So it's IDS 7204 HUHI-M1. The camera that is currently connected is just a regular camera. 2 megapixel turbo, nothing fancy. We're just going to move on quickly to the local GUI. So there's the local GUI. This is our recorder, and like you see here, this is the picture of the recorder. On the top of the page you have the menu with all the features and options that you might need to go. So in our case, what we need to go is smart analysis. And in smart analysis, we have other options like the face picture, smart search, and you can search for all the results that are already set up on the camera. But in case you'd like to change the settings, we just need to go to the configuration and smart events. In the smart events you have the human face comparison. Like remember from the last webinar, you can only choose one or another. So if you have the human face comparison, you cannot have line crossing and intrusion detection at the same time. So you need to choose if you like to do this recorder and do the job for like a line crossing intrusion detection without face recognition, or you just want to focus on the face recognition only without line crossing or intrusion detection. In this case, we just like to have this recorder to work for us as a intruder alarm kind of. So what you have here, it's the line, so I can clear that line for you and draw the new line just across the street. So now you can also narrow down and eliminate some other smaller size objects, or huge size objects like the whole screen if you like. I left that as by default, and I only select the human body and the vehicle detection with direction in both ways. Anything else, it's really default setting. There's nothing been changed there, only the line that I draw here. So when you go to the linkage action, you see there's a notify surveillance center. You have the audible warning, full screen monitor, send email or upload to the cloud. That could be any third-party cloud you have there right now. Also you can trigger some alarm outputs. It could be alarm output of the recorder, IP camera if you have the alarm output at the camera, so they can be triggered as well. So once I have that all saved, click apply, that's it. So this is my line crossing, simple as that. And intrusion detection, from the other hand, this is the place where you need to actually draw the area. So I'm just going to draw the zone here, just about this size, and just stop here and apply. And again, like you see, I have the time threshold set to 0. I can maximize that time threshold to 2 seconds, but I'm going to keep it at 0. I found it the best for this setup. The sensitivity also in the 50% in this case. The earning schedule for both by default is 24/7. Linkage action, again, you just need to choose what is going to be triggered when intrusion detection will be detected, and when there will be like a human body or a vehicle detected. So once we have that done, we click apply, and that's it. Your recorder, it's ready to go. I want to show you once again the smart analytics. In the smart analytics, you have the human body detection, so I can just start search, and it will search for any human body that has been detected today. So any trigger detections will be listed here. Like I say, there's a few, all right. Also with the vehicle, I can just search for the vehicles that now come across to my house here, and just double click and play it away, and that brings up the picture of the video with the car been detected. So any car that passing by my house, I can see it. Obviously it's not recognition, a red plate recognition is only vehicle detection, so it'll search for any car shape object on the front of the camera. So you can see here there's plenty. There's quite a busy road recently, so it's all been detected nicely. So that's pretty much it at the recorder. Like you see here, it's the setup is exactly the same as it used to be in the older type of the recorders, when you have the first generation, second generation, or third generation of the turbo recorders. The intrusion detection, line crossing, you do that setup exactly the same, apart from that additional two check boxes, the human and the vehicle. It depends which one you like to detect. Once you have that done, that's pretty much it. So then when you go playback, when you select your camera and try to do any detection, you see the red indicator is indicating that there was some motion detection. You can narrow down this detection by just using one of the options like line crossing, intrusion detection, or motion detection. But based on the log of the recorder, those events will be already shown here on the bottom of the page. So every kind of intrusion detection trigger will be down there. So this is our camera, really simple. So in the case if you like to get to the IVMS Fold 200 software, let me show you the software there. So in IVMS software, this is it. Again, the setup, I would recommend to do the setup from the, like if you have to do it remotely, I would probably recommend that to do it via the web browser. So you just go with the smart events in the web browser. You go with the camera itself and go with the intrusion detection or the line crossing, and you see those two check boxes here as well. That will look for those objects in the zone that you draw here. So once you have that done, that's pretty much it. Like exactly the same on the GUI of the recorder. So when you go back to the IVMS Fold 200, if you like to find out, or that will be like an end user looking at the IVMS Fold 200, they can easily retrieve all the information about what happened on the front of the camera. So if you can search for what happened here, I'm just going to search within the camera if there was any detection. So you see there's plenty of it. Actually we can just try this one and do the playback. So you can see actually on that event there's a dog walking into my intrusion detection. That hasn't triggered, and now when the actual human walked in, it triggered a detection. So this is really important for the monitor station, that when they don't want to have been triggered by like cats or dogs or whatever pets you have there, you might have there on site. So it's really cool feature to have in the case if you like to see what is going on, and just to focus on the real intrusions that's supposed to be triggered. So like you see here, the same with the cat. The cat is just on the right hand side, and that didn't trigger. Only the actual human, when it walked across the line crossing or intrusion detection, has been triggered. So when you go to the data retrieval, you have the human retrieval, and you also have the vehicle retrieval as well. So I can just select my camera, select the vehicle, and click search for whatever data I like to search within. And again, like you see here, there's plenty of detections, so every single one of them will be shown here as well. So I can just on the top of the page, on the bottom of the page, sorry, I can go from one page to another and every single one of them will be shown here. So if I click, just one simple click, I can just do the playback and export that video if I like. So the whole event will be recorded to your PC. Then you can do whatever you want with it. You can put on use copy on the USB stick, send it via email if it is not too large or so. So yeah, like you see here, it's really simple. But how's that showing on your phone? On the phone again, you won't be annoyed about those false alarms again. So if I will go to my phone screen, and like you see here on the right hand side next to the model number of my recorder, there's this icon, so I can turn on and off notifications, which is really handy. I love this small tiny feature that you can turn on and off notifications just from the main page. That really improved. So when you go to notifications, you can see all the notifications coming up here on the screen. You can scroll every single one of them. You can just keep going for each notification. You can just do the playback and see what actually happened on the front of the camera if you like to. There's so many, like you see here, each one of them will be showing intrusion detection or line crossing. Whatever has been triggered will be displayed on this page, and you know straight away there's something going on. And it wouldn't be like you see yourself, a cat or a dog or a fox, whatever you might have there in the back garden. So yeah, it's really improved in line crossing intrusion detection, something that only was available on that high-end machine like the I-Series or IDS machine. Now it's also available on the simple, like a turbo 4-channel recorder, the IDS AcuSense, with any camera connected to it, and you have it all ready to go. Could be connected to the monitor station. Also you have the email notifications. So if you like to notify the monitor station via email, you just need to set up their email. Monitoring station will usually give you all the details that you need to enter here. Unless you just like to notify yourself, you just need to enter the SMTP server and all the outgoing mail server information, and then you can send it to 3 people if you like to. So like you see here, it's all been there already. You've seen that. The only a few 2 check boxes that you need to be checked, and pretty much that's all you need to do. Then the brains, the turbo recorder is the brains for this whole thing. It will do all the job for you. It will process the image, will look for the human or a vehicle to detect, and it will send you information about this. So really cool. Hopefully you have something, some other sites to put those recorders there now, because like I said there, it's connecting to the monitor station. So if you're looking for something like that and the IDS machine was a little bit too expensive, like this is the way to go. And obviously you can contact your sales manager. They're gonna get you the decent price. And also you can contact our tech support for any technical queries. So thank you very much for today. It was short, but it's easy, and it's a really simple kind of solution that everyone is using on databases right now. Every site I've been to or seen it myself remotely, they all have this feature on, and they love it. They really appreciate that it's reducing so many false alarms. So thank you very much, guys. Stay awesome, and I see you next week. Take care. Bye.